Hey, come on in, everybody. Listen, I'm super excited to have you in tonight because we're going to get down to some business. It's going to be a little tight, but it will be right. Welcome to the Power Principles number 6. I'm Dr. Jeff Williams, and I am your host tonight, and glad you are part of it. Now, as you're coming in tonight, I want you to type in the words, I'm ready. Type in the words, I am ready. And hit your share button and your like button because I want you to share this with other people, because if you're a good friend, good friends don't let people miss power principles, right? Right? Just like good friends don't let others drive drunk, good friends don't let their friends miss power principles. So come on in, everybody. And as you're coming in, I want you to type in I'm ready. Type that in for me. Type in I am ready. Man, I'm ready. I'll tell you that right now. I'm ready to go, ready to get this thing moving. And so I'm glad you're part of it tonight. So come on, type those words in. I am ready. As you're coming in, that's your greeting. That is the price of admission tonight. Type in I am ready, right? I am ready. Do that, right? Come on in, everybody. And we got it. We have a principle tonight that if as you adopt this one principle, this will change the trajectory of your life. It will change the trajectory of your life. And I want you to win in every area. Every area. And so tonight is going to be one of those nights where we're going to take a hit to another level. So come on in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm trying to find some more folks on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Twitter. Mr. McElrath, good to see you, sir. Good to have you on tonight. Just type those words and type in I am ready. Type in I am ready. I see you. I see you. I see you. Let me see what else is happening. I'm looking on my other pages here. And let me see what we got. All right. That should do it. And yes, indeedy. So come on in, everybody. I see you there. I see 7 comments already. And Colette says she's ready. Tawanda says she's ready. Elder Rufus says he's ready. Elder Russ says he's ready. Donna says she's ready. Mary Kay Harris says she's ready. Cheryl says she's ready. Sergeant Reverend Wes Pennington says he's ready. We're going to get down to some business here tonight. And again, I'm doing my best to kind of keep it in a short framework because I do not want to abuse your time. And sometimes you can do more than necessary. But we're going to get down to some business. All right. Now, how many of you have been part of at least one power principle so far? If you have been part of a power principle, I want you to type in the number of principles you've heard so far. 5, 6, 1. This is your first one. You can put the number 1 up for that. I want to make sure everybody is rocking and rolling and tracking as we are, right? Yeah, I see that. Excellent, 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 excellent. Good. Now, if you're new, come on, type in the words I'm ready if you're new to it. So let's get ready. All right. Last night, we talked about power principle number 5. Power principle number 5. And power principle number 5, as you see here on the screen here, is I'd rather fail attempting something than succeed at doing nothing. I'd rather fail attempting something than succeed at doing nothing. In other words, fear stops so many of us from trying to do something. In our mind, we've already lost. In our mind, it's not going to work. So why even try is really what's happening in the subconscious. But I'm of the mindset, and I want you to be of the mindset, that I'd rather fail attempting it than succeed at doing nothing. That was power principle number 5, and that was yesterday. If that was good, I want you to type in that's good. Type in that's good. If that makes some sense, you want you to type in, that's good. Because everybody I'm listening to, everyone I'm talking to, sharing these thoughts with, I promise you that you are destined for greater, more, and better than you are experiencing in your life today. Heretofore, you are to experience more, better, greater. Here's the problem. We allow fear of what could happen stop us from making something happen. Listen, someone needs to write that down. I'm not going to write that down myself. Right? Fear of something happening, stopping us from making something happening. And it's time, right? I mean, how long are you going to wait? I say it like this sometimes. I'd rather fail in my faith attempt than succeed in my fear. I'd rather fail in my faith attempt than succeed in my fear. I'd rather try to get out the boat and walk on the water than to stay in the boat and never even try. Are you hearing me? One thing you can keep in mind, or you should think about, I would encourage you to, let me say it like that, I would encourage you to keep this in mind, is that, listen, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Let me rephrase that. What would you attempt if you knew you could not fail? What would you attempt if you knew you could not fail? What would you go after? Who would you talk to? What business would you start? What book would you write? Right? What traveling would you do? Why? What relationship would you approach? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Now, for those of us that have a little gray hair, this can be more difficult for some of us. Why? Because we've got a lot of experience in yesterday's, and sadly, yesterday's failures. But don't let yesterday be a prophecy of your tomorrow. May I say that again? Do not let yesterday be a prophecy of your tomorrow. Does not have to be. So power principle number 5 is I'd rather fail attempting something than succeed at doing nothing. Man, I tell you what, this is getting gooder and gooder to my very soul. Hope it's being a blessing to you as well. All right, so tonight, power principle number 6. Tonight, you ready? If I had a drum roll, I would play it. Power principle number 6 is this. You should read, you cannot change. Let me get that right. Let me get that right. You cannot change. There we go. Gotta get that. Gotta have it right. There it is. Okay. You cannot change what you accept as normal. Wow. I want everybody who's able to get to a computer, get to a phone, get to a laptop, get to your device to type in that power principle. I want everybody to do it. Would you honor me by doing that tonight? Type in those words. You cannot change what you accept as normal. Matter of fact, make it personal. I cannot change what I accept as normal. We are living in a day and time. Where we have embraced, we have made sacred dysfunction. We have called things that are bad good and things that are good bad. We've been living in dysfunction so long, it's now a matter of normalcy to our thinking and to multiple generations. May I insert this thought in your mind tonight? It is not normal for you to wake up in pain every day, emotionally, physically, or otherwise. It is not normal for you never to get ahead and always be begging for your bread. It is not normal for you to go from one failed relationship to another. It is not normal for you to not want to live. It is not normal for you not to have your basic needs met, let alone more than that. It is not normal. That is dysfunction, right? And so we got to call it what it is. But you cannot change it if you think that is normal. And we have defined normal as what other people are doing. Did you hear that? We have defined normal as what other people are doing, what other people are having, what other people are achieving or not achieving, what other people are experiencing. That must be normal. If no one in my family ever owned property, that must be normal. If no one in my family ever had more than enough, that must be normal. If everybody in my family fails in their relationships, that's what must be normal, right? That's not normal. Stop normalizing, please. Stop normalizing dysfunction. And in this series called Success and Failure, series 1 of these power principles, we have to recognize that success and failure can hinge on what you consider to be normal. Just because Dick and Jane didn't get it doesn't mean I can't have it. Just because Sam and Joan didn't succeed doesn't mean I'm going to fail. Just because other people went out of business doesn't mean I'm going to go out of business. Just because others just like barely getting enough or getting around, or having enough to make it from one day to the next doesn't mean I have to live paycheck to paycheck, right? So tonight is our night where we're no longer going to accept dysfunction as normal, right? We're not going to accept dysfunction as normal. And as you're looking at this tonight, as you're hearing these words tonight, I want you to ask yourself, what have I put up with that deep down inside I detest, I hate? Ask yourself that question. What am I living with, living in, living at? What am I accepting in my life as being normal? It's not normal to be in a relationship where someone's putting their hands on you or putting their mouth on you in a unholy, violent manner. That's not normal. What am I living with? What am I accepting as normal when in fact it is not? I know it's a little strong tonight, but we got to come down the main road. We got to come down the main street and begin to raise our expectations, because you cannot change what you accept as normal. You cannot change what you accept as normal. Now, if that's speaking to you, I want you to type in, "You're right." Just type in, "You're right." You're right. Type in, "You're right." If that's speaking to you, just type in, "You're right." Right? Because I want you to share that thought with other people that are watching this live and who will watch the replays. We've had hundreds of replays already on all the channels and social media devices. So people are looking at your comments, and you can help them grow and develop by you being open and honest and being willing to share that, right? Just type in, "You're right." Come on, type it in, "You're right." Dysfunction, see if I can spell that right. Dysfunction is not normal. You hear me? Dysfunction is not normal. Let's stop that. Abuse is not normal. Generational poverty is not normal. Are you hearing me? You living a nightmare is not normal. Here's a principle. I'm a little ahead of myself here, but here's a principle. And this is what I believe. If you want to end your nightmare, you have to have a new dream. Or if you want to end the nightmare, you have to start dreaming again. It's not normal to go to bed, wake up, and just live a nightmare in between sleeping hours. So I want to drop that and share that with you tonight. And if this is making some good sense to you, I want you to type that in for me. Type that in. This is good. Type in, "This is good." right? It's not, trust me, it's not for my ego. I want to make sure that those that are watching and hearing that you're receiving this and it's being a blessing to your life and helping in some way. So that's all I want to do. All I want to do is help, right? Speaking of help, July 1st, I'm dropping the most comprehensive course that I have ever compiled to help 1,000 people. It is, I would say, it's really a life's work of what I'm going to share that will launch July 1st. You'll hear about it before then, but in order for you to hear about it, I want to make sure you're on my mailing list. If these power principles are good to your soul and helping you, then I promise you the Awe-Inspiring Life Academy will be even more of a blessing to you. Type in bit.ly/the Awe mailing list. If you type that in, you'll be on my mailing list and you'll get information later this week on what's coming down the road. All right, what's coming down the road. So I don't want you to miss that. How many of you have already signed up to the mailing list? I want you to type that in. If you're already on the mailing list, I want you to type in yes. If you're already part of the mailing list, I want you to type in yes. If you're not, come on, let's get into this now, right? Karen, thank you for that. She said this is good. Pastor T says this is good, right? Right? Who else? My dear friend Cheryl says this is good. Elder Russ says this is good. Flo Ryan, good to have you on tonight, right? We cannot, I got to hit it one more time. We cannot change what we accept as normal. Councilwoman Mary Kay Harris says yes, she's on the mailing list. If you're on the mailing list already, I want you to type in the word yes. If not, it is there on the screen, bit.ly/the Awe mailing list. Carol says this is good. This is good, right? So hear me out. Power principle number 6 is you cannot change what you accept as normal. If you want to go from failure to success, if you want to grow and go forward in your life, you have to be able to call dysfunction what it is and no longer accept it just because you're used to it. May I say that again? Just because you're used to it doesn't mean you have to accept it. Just because you've accommodated it for generations doesn't mean it has to continue with you and your generation. All right? So hopefully this has been helpful to you tonight. Thank you for jumping in. If you're just coming in, please, by all means, just go back up about 18 minutes and you can hear it from the beginning. But make sure, please, that you're on the mailing list, bit.ly, the Awe mailing list. Now, hear me. When we drop this course, it is a massive course that's going to change lives. You will be awe-inspired. Your life will change and go to a different direction and trajectory. But I want to make sure I can communicate directly to you. All right? So I want everybody to have a great night. Thank you for being on tonight. Please set your notifications for your Twitter and YouTube and my LinkedIn accounts. Also, please like my Williams Empowerment page as well as my personal page. All right, so we can stay in contact. Thanks for all being on tonight. And if God says the same, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. Bye now.